Okay, so what I need to do once I've got my coordinate system based on the top surface of my previous box, I'm going to go ahead and type in ID. That'll allow me to choose a point to sort of use as a relative starter. So what I mean by that is I can click this endpoint right here. Basically, that'll make it 0, 0. So if I type in a relative coordinate, it'll treat that like that was 0. So I'm going to choose the box command. I'm going to type in at 2, 0, 0, and that should move me to about 2 inches. It'll be hard to tell, but visually that looks about right. And then what I need to do is do the other corner. So I know, based on the drawing, that my box is 4.5 wide, so that will be my y coordinate. I've done some math and figured out, well, the whole thing is 7.5 inches long, but it goes in 2 inches here. I can reason that it's going to go in 2 inches here in this drawing. That's not always going to be true, but that's a total of 4 inches. So if I take 7.5, the full length, minus what I know is going to be gone, that will leave me with the overall length, which is going to be 3.5, and that's in the X. So I'll specify my other corner right here. So I'm going to go at, because I'm going from my previous point, my first point, 3.5, comma, 4.5, enter. Okay, now it's giving me that 3D shape. It's going down into my other shape. I'm not going to panic, although I do the first time I see that every time. And so I'm going to make sure I'm just pulling up there. And I've already actually got this entered because I've done some trial and error, and I've just deleted those videos so that you don't have to go through the process of trial and error, as far as sometimes I'm giving a command that just doesn't work the way it should, so I go back. Okay, so now I need to go up the height. This was the height of that kind of box plus the radius that we talked about earlier. So I'm going to go up 3.875. 3.875. Now I don't need to type that because I already had it, but you do. So I may as well have that there. So then we can go Z enter, A enter. That'll zoom out to everything, and I should be able to see kind of a start of what I'm hoping to see. Okay. Looking good so far. Okay, now what I need to do is probably, there's a number of ways I can do this, but I could start this box out here. Okay, so this is going to start on the surface. I'm ignoring the fact that this is round right now. I can go back and cut that out later, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, so I know that this back part is 3/4 of an inch thick. That's going to be my second dimension once I figure out my 0. Now I might go -3/4 because I'd like to start on this back line. It's going to be actually up here on AutoCAD. I'm going to try to start here, work my way this way 3/4. So that will probably be a negative in the Y. But I still need to know my X. So how wide is that? Well, it looks to be as wide as the whole thing. And the last number I just used, oh, look at this. Oh man, I could have skipped to the math. That's all right, I like math. So this is going to be 3.5, just like this is 3.5. So that's going to be my X, 3.5. I'm writing this down. And then what I'm looking for is a number that's like my overall height. So I do see this here, 5 7/8 is an overall height from this corner, if I follow that dimension line. So that's not the height of that and the base. So I can use that, and I'm just looking for anything else that could help me, but I don't think there is. Now the thing is, because I drew up to here, we've got to do a little bit of math. So we know that this whole thing is 3 7/8 tall, but yet we need to get up to 5 7/8. So I need to know the difference of 5 7/8 and 3 7/8. So I need to do some subtraction. I know that the fractions being the same are going to cancel each other out. Goodbye 7/8. And then I'm just doing 5 minus 3, which is 2. So I'm going to have a height of 2 on this one. Okay, so that's going to get me that vertical piece. So basically, you know, we're going to imagine it starts here. It's going to give me this piece here and just down to there. Okay, so then I can add on to that. So a way I might choose to do that is to choose my 3 points here. Give us a new origin. Click so my X is still going in the same way. Go up there. Go up here. 3 points define a plane. X, Y, Z. Now I'm working on the top of the previous box. So this time I'm going to ID this corner so I can work back this way a little more easily. I'll choose the box tool, and I'm actually going to start in that corner. I guess I didn't really need to ID that, but hey, whatever. We're on it now. So I want to choose my length. So the opposite corner, I'm going to go up 3.5, comma. I'm going to go negative 3/4, so negative 0.75. And it's not asking me for the height yet. So I'm going to hit enter. And look what it does. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't put the @ symbol. Go figure. Okay, let's go back. Let's do it. Click here. And we're going to go with the other corner. So we're going to type at 3.5, comma, negative 0.75. There we go. And we decided we have a height of 2. So we can just put in that 2. We don't need the @ symbol. Okay, there we go. We are getting there. We're eventually going to cut this out. We need to put a wedge shape here. We need a wedge shape here, and then one on the other side as well. But we're getting there. So now let's head back to our design. I'm sorry, our worksheet here.